The Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park, north of the state capitol, covers the area between James Robertson Parkway on the south to Jefferson Street on the north. The park was built in 1996 to commemorate Tennessee's 200th birthday. It features a huge granite Tennessee state map, the rivers of Tennessee fountains, Tennessee flags, an amphitheater, the pathway of history, the World War II memorial, and the Court of Three Stars Carillons.
And I'll tell you what people have told me, the first impressions of the park are, we have never seen anything like this, ever. And it's so well done. It does everything for the state. It shows you in one location where you can learn about so much about Tennessee. And we came here on a tour and we came back again tonight to look at it and walk through at night. Those are the types of comments that we get on a regular basis. Like, we have over 1 million visitors, and they don't come from just the 50 states. You know, Germany, Ireland has got a huge revival of country music over there. England, Australia. People come from countries away to visit the park.
One of the ideas is we would develop a park that would honor and preserve a distant view of the Capitol, you know, forever. That was sort of the basic concept, and we didn't do that. Other people had come up with that and approached the governor about that as maybe an idea. Of course, there was a bicentennial commission being established and other things on how to celebrate this kind of once-in-a-century event. The idea, I remember unveiling a drawing, a very long drawing, and saying, you know, here's the Capitol and here's the park, and at the north end we need an anchor. If you go into a shopping mall or you go into major places like our nation's capital, there's sort of a focal point, one end or the other. And what we proposed is it's a musical device. It's a big musical instrument, and in this case it's a collection of 95 bells, because there are 95 counties. They're on 50 limestone columns. They match the limestone of the state capitol. And it's a large instrument that can be played by a carillonneur. These folks really exist. They play the bells on an interesting device. And it can be played actually on a keyboard. Historic carillons are rung, they're usually bells in towers above a church, and so you ring them by pulling a cable and it rings the bell. And they had developed the Verdon company that provided the bells from Cincinnati had developed a technique to ring the bells, even though it's done with an electronic signal. You still can end up with having a strong signal that makes a big sound or a little signal. So it's an authentic carillon. But it also can be played by somebody that knows how to play the piano. Now, that's a device that can play music and have and it also we thought that it should be also a clock, that like Big Ben. You know, Big Ben, you're used to it, but we would not want the Westminster chime, so we have the Tennessee Waltz. My father, who's a music professor at MTSU, and I worked on he developed an arrangement of the waltz. And then officials with the State Museum selected 9 songs, 3 from West Tennessee, 3 from Middle Tennessee, and 3 from East Tennessee, that are either symbolic of our state or they're state songs. There are many approved state songs. One is the Tennessee Waltz. Rocky Top is one of the state songs. So those songs are played during the day, every hour, one from each of the 3 different regions. And of course the place we call the Court of Three Stars because it has the 3 stars from the state flag. And around that plaza are engraved names of about 100 prominent Tennessee musicians, and that includes country music singers, Elvis, Patsy Cline, Bill Monroe, classical composers, jazz performers, publishers. It's a really sort of great cross-section of Tennessee music heritage.
Everything from jazz and blues to Appalachian folk music to rock and roll with and then of course the Opry with country music and the bluegrass, just all over our state from east to west.
Kind of interesting twist when we proposed this, one of the things is that the Carillon Bells represent the people of the state. All 95 counties, all whatever million our state population is. But it needed to be answered up on the Capitol, because that's really what our great democracy is. People sort of sometimes just complain to officials that they want something done different or celebrate what they do. So the bells in the Carillon configuration ring, and after they finish ringing, there's one large bell on Capitol Hill. It's the largest bell. It's one octave lower than and bigger. It's really big. It's about 5 feet in diameter. It rings to answer the sound of all the carillons out at the mall. And it's on a little pavilion that's a stainless steel with a stone base, and around it are engraved abstractions of the different types of music that our state has, which are rock and roll, country, classical, blues. It's just a great sort of collection. It's, I think, 8 different types.
Tennessee Waltz, Chattanooga Choo Choo, Patsy Cline's Crazy, Elvis's Love Me Tender. Those ring out in that area. And they, like I mentioned before, they play everything from the Armed Forces music to America the Beautiful, patriotic songs that we hear during Memorial Day and also 4th of July. At Christmas time, we have a large array of Christmas music, and all those songs were chosen because they're either important to Tennessee, or they were written by people that were from Tennessee, or they were songs that we just naturally associate with the state. Then also the court itself is an engineering marvel. When you walk to the center of it, there's an engineering pin, and those bells are chimed to the center. And there's no echo there within 4 12 by 12 blocks of that pin. It's just amazing to stand there and listen to that. And if you step outside of those 12 blocks, then there's a slight echo to those bells. The stereo effect of getting to hear that music performed really well on those bells that are individually chimed to that note is pretty special as well. That's not the only impact of that area. There's a large, we call it the Court of 3 Stars because there's red granite, blue granite, and white granite in that area, and it's in the design of our state flag. And our state has 3 stars in it because we have 3 grand divisions. So we have red granite for the red color in the flag, then the blue obviously, and then the white stars in the center. And that can be seen from Capitol Hill. It impacts people further than what they have seen in Tennessee or know primarily about the state. So they learn more even if they do know something about the state when they go down in that area.